as we set off into the starry seas. Let my song wash over you.
Can't seem to pin down the enemy when playing Dolia? Are your teammates complaining about their skills not being refreshed often enough or at the right time? We have the answers you need right here in this episode, so keep watching. Players who feel that they can't seem to pin down the enemy while playing Dolia should be aware that the fourth sound wave of her skill 1 actually comes after a certain delay. Therefore, it is easy for the enemy to dodge it during combat. Players who use Dolia need to master the right combos to get the hang of this character. Some of our players believe that Dolia's ultimate is most useful when used to help teammates refresh their ultimates. This leads to Dolia's skills not being used as often as they can be. This may be something players who use Dolia may want to revisit in the course of gameplay.
Surrender to the tide's embrace!
Dolia's strengths lie in her ability to knock back and stun multiple enemies over a larger area with her skill 1, and her ability to deal high amounts of damage in early game. In teamfights, she's able to effectively limit the enemy's damage output. In addition, the skill refresh mechanic of her ultimate is extremely powerful. This, when used in conjunction with the ultimates or other skills of certain teammates, can often produce astounding results. Of course, the player also has to have a good understanding of the gameplay style and combos of the other heroes on the team, as well as be familiar with their damage output, crowd control, and protection skills, etc., so that they can work more effectively with these teammates and refresh their skills at just the right time in various situations. Next, we'll look at two types of battlefield situations, offensive and defensive, to help everyone determine which skills to refresh. Offensive strategies. When ganking or ambushing the enemy, refreshing damage type skills will help you and your teammate to swiftly slay the enemy. When poking the enemy, you may want to help your teammates refresh their ranged skills. During teamfights, typically the emphasis is on refreshing the ultimates of heroes such as Lu Bu and Lady Qin. Defensive strategies. When your teammates need to retreat, you can help them refresh their movement or protection skills so that they can quickly leave the battlefield. When at a disadvantage in defending towers, she can assist teammates in refreshing area damage skills to quickly clear minions and stop enemy advances.
Didn't even get a last look at the beach.
Skills refreshed by Dolia do not expend energy or mana when used. Typically, skills with a long duration upon refresh can only be refreshed after the skill is completed and enters cooldown. When Dolia helps her teammates to refresh the skills that can be stocked at the very last second, her teammates' skills can be thus used infinitely.
Don't worry, I was just dreaming about the ocean.
The use of skill combos at the right times can help improve Dolia's effectiveness. Here are some combos that should prove useful on the battlefield. First, she should use her skill 1. Then, when the third sound wave is about to finish, she should use her skill 2 to dash towards the enemy. This way, she can adjust the crowd control range of her skill 1 and instantly knock back the enemy. When Dolia is facing the enemy alone, she can first use her skill 1 to deal some damage, then use her ultimate to refresh her skill 1 and use it again to deal more damage. She can then unleash her skill 2 before the third sound wave is finished for more damage output and crowd control. This skill combo, which deals several rounds of damage and crowd control effects, is often used to clean up enemies with low health.
Ripples dance across the water as my song rings through the air.
When Dolia is being chased by the enemy, she can first use skill 2 to dash forward, then use her ultimate to refresh her skill 2 and move again. Finally, she can use skill 1 to exert crowd control to further thwart the enemy's chase.
Shimmering waves, leap and swirl!
First, she can unleash her skill 1 in advance, and when the third sound wave is about to end, she can then use her skill 2, followed by flash to get behind the enemy, and then use the fourth sound wave to push the enemy back. Then, finally, she can use her ultimate to help her teammates refresh their skills and work together with them to kill off the enemy. This skill combo can be very useful when the team is missing an engager or the enemy carry is positioned to the front.
Wow, is this human magic?
This skill combo can be used for both escapes and chases when there are no other teammates around. Dolia should first use her skill 2 to dash forward. Then use her ultimate to refresh her skill 2 and unleash her skill 1 at the same time. Before the last sound wave is released, she can then use her skill 2, followed by flash to get close to the enemy to deal damage and exert crowd control over them.
Get ready to witness my transformation!
Unlike other supports, Dolia can help raise the maximum power of her teammates with her ultimate. There, the choice of lineup is very critical. When Dolia is teamed up with heroes with poking skills, such as Mosey, Xiao Chao, and Gan and Mo, the skill refresh mechanic of her ultimate can help to wear down the enemy more quickly, thus disrupting the enemy's formation and/or suppressing their health. When Dolia has burst heroes like Gao and Jing on her team, her capabilities can help them deal damage on the field for a longer period of time. When Dolia has heroes that are more reliant on their ultimates, such as Kaiser, Lu Bu, and Shangguan, on her team, her capabilities can help them refresh their ultimates more quickly for more follow-up attacks on the enemy. Dolia's ultimate, and in turn the skills of her teammates too, will become less effective when the enemy lineup includes heroes with significant area crowd control capabilities, such as Guigutsu, Sun Ce, and Lian Po. Dolia's skill hit rate, as well as that of her teammates, will suffer when she is up against the more agile heroes like Kong Ming, Marco Polo, and Han Xin. Dolia's ability to protect the others of her team is relatively limited, so when there are heroes with strong dash and burst capabilities such as Blam or Sima Yi in the enemy lineup, it'll be difficult for Dolia to protect the team carry from obliteration.